Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. Alright guys, the playoffs here for our World Battle Entertainment WBE Season 1. We are in the semifinals and we are taking on Wolfe Glick and the Slateport Spirits. If you guys are hyped for this episode and this battle, show some love on that like button down below, man. We picked up a huge win over Cal last week in the Miami Dawn fans. It was a tough match, came down to the wire. Mach Punch from Hitmonlee clutching it out and giving us the W there after some pretty intense battles and just moves in general. But here we are facing Wolfe Glick, who is the world champion of VGC. I beat him in VGC in the Onog Invitational just about a year ago in his own format. He taught me the format and then I beat him, and then I invited him to the league, of course, and we played in week 6 and I beat him there too. Wolfe Glick, I'm coming for you, man. Now, we were joking and saying that we're gonna do a little bit of fun trash talk, but I tend to not do that because then if I lose, it looks really stupid. But I have to just laugh it off, man. No, we're gonna have a great time, man. I love Wolfe. I think obviously he's a great battler. Like, we can get that out of the way, but he's just such a nice dude. Like, such a nice guy and just super open and willing to not only teach me VGC, but work with me on the format and stuff like that. So, really excited for this match. It's gonna be a tough one though, man. He's got a really good team. I did a full team breakdown as I normally do. So I broke down my team, his team, what I think he's gonna bring, why I'm bringing what I'm bringing. I made some crucial changes to the team from our last matchup where we were able to pick up a W. So things are going to go down. And also, before I forget, guys, we do have St. Louis Rampardos plushies. They are still available. There's only about 40 left. So if you want to snag one, check the description below for the plush link. Again, they're awesome. Everyone who's picked one up has been like, yo, this thing is incredible. So we got these custom plushie made for you guys for the St. Louis Rampardos. So if you want one, snag one now. They're pretty affordable. I think they're just over 20 bucks. So pretty good deal there. And again, if you got one, let me know in the comments how much you love it, because I know everyone was pumped about it. Real quick though, we got the NPA coming up pretty soon, National Pokemon Association. I won the championship last year, and we're going to be drafting pretty soon. What would you like to see me pick in the first round? Let me know. That's our question today. But let me get connected here with Wolfe. I think he's going to not bring rain this time, but we'll see. I guess we'll find out. Let me get connected, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, we are connected with Wolfe right now. Let's find out what 6 he's going to be bringing. I'm expecting the Landorus, the Ferrothorn. Tornadus seems likely. I think he's going to bring Girder now that he has it. And he may go Rain. He may go Swampert, Pelipper again, or he may go something like Gengar and something like Kingdra, which can kind of function independently of Rain. But again, I'm expecting to see the Ferrothorn, the Landorus, probably the Tornadus again. Girder again, I just feel like he's going to bring Girder as a response to deal with Absol. Absol has been a monster on this team. It led the league in kills. It was, I think, my last pick or my second to last pick. It could have been my last pick because no one else was going to get a Mega at that point. But yeah, it's been so good. So we'll see how it works out. This team has been an interesting team. This may be the final match we play with it. We'll find out. But it's been a cool team. I don't think I would draft a lot of the things again, but Bulu's been fun. It's been interesting to use. Heatran's been interesting. I've had some familiar friends there with like Rotom and Crobat and stuff. And let's hope that Uxie, which helped me win a championship a few years back, will be able to put in some work this game. I think there's a lot of effort, or a lot of pressure riding on Uxie in this game, in my opinion. It's really important, I think, for me to not only get up Stealth Rocks, but for me to be able to get up some Calm Minds and really weaken his team. So that's most likely going to be my lead. I'm hoping I don't see Gengar. Because of that, my team is a wee bit Gengar weak. I have to really rely on Porygon to handle that thing. So we'll see what's going to happen here. But definitely should be a good match nevertheless. Like I said, there's no shame in any sort of outcome here with Wolfe. He's phenomenal at battling, and he's improved so much in singles battles, and I'm really glad that he had an opportunity, and he was so awesome to take over a team, because like he took over this team and it was mostly drafted already. Like, I think out of the 11 Pokemon, like 7 of the Pokemon were already drafted, and he just took it over. And it was a good team, don't get me wrong. It's not like he got like a bad team. Flying Z with Landorus and Tornadus is an insane combination. So that alone is pretty nuts. But he's got a phenomenal team. So I think we can do it, though. I definitely think we can do it, and if we win this match, then that means we face either Numb Nexus or Pokemon. John, Nexus beat us a few weeks back, and John we were able to beat. So I definitely think that there's an opportunity for us to kind of put in the work here. But it seems like we're having some issues loading here. He may be just discussing his team real quick, though. So, things that I guess I'll just keep talking about the team then. Last time the match went pretty interestingly. He brought a Sliggoo, which really caught me off guard, and I had to deal with Hydration Sliggoo, which of course can rest and heal up in the rain and things like that, and that made for a really tough matchup. I really needed to rely on Bulu to put in the work there, but I was able to kind of claw my way back by using Double Bulu against things like Swampert, which was not really expecting a Yachi Berry. I was able to live the Ice Punch hit and ultimately knock it out. You know, I had a Choice Scarf Rotom last time, which I thought was going to be really good against this team, and it turned out to be just really obnoxious, locking myself into 50-50s the whole time, and that made the match like way more difficult than it needed to be. So we're going with like a more defensive type Rotom this time around. I just felt like that was a little bit better, but it looks like we're good to go. Let's find out what 6 he's bringing. Let's find out. This is going to really be interesting here. So he brings a very similar team to last time, which is not surprising. You know what I mean? Not surprising. He actually doesn't bring Ferrothorn though, which I'm actually really surprised about. No Ferrothorn. He brings the Sliggoo. So let's make some updates to the layout here. We got Pelipper here. We got Tornadus. We don't have Gengar, which I'm glad. He does bring Sliggoo again a second time. He does only have one Rain Setter, so we keep that in mind. And then he's got the Swampert, Mega Swampert. Okay, you know what? That's actually not too bad. I mean, that's really similar to what he brought last time, so like I feel pretty okay about like seeing this matchup. I really like my Uxie lead this time. Let me just make sure I get everything. Yeah, I got everything laid out here. I really like my Uxie lead this time. I think getting up rocks is pretty crucial. It matches up pretty well against his team. I think on his part, his lead is probably Pelipper, but Uxie can really do some good things there, setting up that Stealth Rock. So I don't see why I don't lead Uxie. So, you know, my opportunity to set up against him is mitigated. I really was like thinking that, you know, Subcalm Mind was going to be really solid against him, and it very well could be, but it's less effective with Ferrothorn not there, but it can work against Sliggoo and stuff. So I think getting at my rocks though is just really important. It does, you know, a quarter of health to Pelipper and Tornadus. I know I can take on the Pelipper if that's what he leads with. I can take some hits, so I've got some good things to take that on, and if we can keep the, you know, get rid of that thing early. He's going to lead Bird up, which is going to be his Tornadus, of course, so he may be trying to get a big U-turn off or a big knockoff going here, but he's got to be scared of like Thunder Wave and stuff, so I'm thinking he's just going to U-turn. I really like just going for Stealth Rock right now, in my opinion. I think just getting up a Stealth Rock makes a lot of sense. Really no reason for me not to. Again, it's going to force him to defog later. He's actually going to have Taunt on his Bird here, so he shows the Taunt. No big deal there. So he has some good preparation and kind of shuts us down. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. So now I'm kind of forced that I need to switch. I think going into Voltergeist is really good. He could potentially knock off our leftovers. I could also go into... I think he's going to be a little scared to go for knockoff. I think I want to actually go into Wingman here. I think I'm going to go into Wingman here. I think the Rotom switch is very obvious. So I think him going for... something to take on the Rotom it makes sense. So he's actually gonna go for the knockoff. I'm surprised, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. I lose my sharp beak, but that's totally fine with me. So now I'm in a situation where I know I can just Brave Bird, and he really doesn't have a dedicated Brave Bird switch in. So I think I just Brave Bird here. Like I don't really see why not. I don't have U-turn. I kind of wish I did, but I'm just gonna go for Brave Bird. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the offensive here. We're gonna hit something pretty hard. So he's just going to stay in. I'll get a big Brave Bird off on this Tornadus. We are faster, which is fine, and we'll see what he wants to do. But this should do, it does over half to him, which is pretty nice. And he's going to actually activate his Z move right now and go for a Flying Z. So we see a Z move. Z move. And I'm sure it's probably Z Hurricane or something. So he's going to knock us out. That's fine. Tornadus kills Crobat with Super Sonic Sky Strike. So the problem with that is now his Girder is a lot scarier, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so now I'm thinking we just go into Voltergeist. I think I just have to go into my Rotom here, and just click Volt Switch, I think, or click Hydro Pump 2 works. But I think Volt Switch makes a lot of sense. Let's go into Voltergeist. He's got to be fearing... he's definitely not staying in here, so he could be fearing this... would he just go Swampert here? I actually think I'm just going to double out and go into Cerebro now. instead of Volt switching. Yeah, I'm going to just double out and go into Cerebro. I don't think he stays in. I think he switches. So, like, he's got to be fearing Scarf. So, last time I was Scarfed, I don't think he just lets his Tornadus go down here. So, losing Crobat really stinks. But, yeah, I mean, we lost Crobat for really nothing. I didn't expect him to be Z there, but at least we burned his Z move. Yeah, that was not a good start to the match. That was not a good start because now Girder is just such a problem against me, but that's okay. And the Tornadus having Taunt is annoying. But he's got a 50-50 here, I think. In his mind, he's got a Fear Scarf. So I feel like he's either going to go Swampert. He could go Sliggoo as kind of like a really safe middle ground. He is going to switch out. I'd love to see Sliggoo here. Sanic, which is the Lando. Okay, that's okay. Surprised to see Lando. That was kind of a middle ground. I almost clicked Hydro Pump too. I was thinking Hydro Pump could be a really cool play, but we're going to go Cerebro here. And he may have U-turn, but this is an opportunity for get my rocks up. So I'm just going to go for Stealth Rock here. I really think Stealth Rocks are super important. He may have knockoff, he may have U-turn. He does go for the knockoff. We lose our leftovers, but we really don't take a ton of damage there. And I get a nice big Stealth Rock up. And I could find out whether or not he has, if he's locked into his option here, his move choice. So let's go for a, do I want to Substitute? Or do I want to Calm Mind? Let's go for Calm Mind. Let's go for Calm Mind right now. Let's go for Calm Mind right now. I could have U-turned, but I don't know what this thing can do to me. And if he's Choice Scarfed, he's probably going to just switch out here. And I got my rocks up, so that makes me pretty happy. Let's see how much work OC can put in. I mean, I don't have full health, which is annoying, and I don't have leftovers, but we got our rocks up, which is going to be really helpful. He has Sludge Bomb, so he's not Choice Scarf this time. He's going to go for a Poison. He doesn't get it. So that's fine. And I can actually Substitute. And he can't break my sub. The problem is, if he gets a Poison, we're in a lot of trouble. But I think it's worth going for the Substitute. I think it's worth it. I hope he just doesn't Poison me. That would be the only thing that really stinks. But because I can live a Sludge Bomb and get a Substitute off, as long as I don't get poisoned. I probably should have Psychicked for damage. I probably should have just went for Psychic. I think I might have just misplayed. He goes for Sludge Bomb again. Just don't poison me, please. Just don't poison me. Yes. Good. Okay. Now I'm free to Psychic. I know he can't break my sub. So, I think it makes more sense to just go for Psychic twice than to do anything else. Just because, like, +1 Psychic is going to do like 40-50%, so I'm just gonna go for Psychic this time. 2 Psychics is gonna do more than a Calm Mind plus Psychic, so I mean, but we found out he's not Scarfed. He's gonna knock off, but I don't think it breaks the sub. Yes, it doesn't. Good. So I get a Psychic off. And that doesn't really do anything. Oh, he might be Assault Vest. Okay, so I think he's AV. I think he's AV. Okay, so we find out a couple good pieces of information here. That he's an Assault Vest Landorus. He's gonna U-turn out. Okay, so we can pretty much get the intel that he's Assault Vest Landorus. He's gonna break our Substitute. I'm gonna get a Psychic off here. And we know he's Assault Vest Landorus. So we're getting intel on his team right now, which is good. I'm a little worried about Pelipper coming in and trying to defog here, but it's gonna take a Psychic plus Stealth Rock. So I mean, it's not the end of the world. The problem is our team is very weak to Girder right now. It's very, very weak to Girder. Incredibly weak to Girder. And we don't really have much to deal with Girder now. I mean, I have Rotom, but the good thing is, Absol puts in a lot of work against this team, I think. We can beat the Lando. I just wish we had knockoff, but I got the Landorus down to about, let's say, 65%. Tornadus is probably going to be about 65%. Yeah, this is not started off the way I wanted it to. Losing Crobat was a misplay on my part. I should have predicted the Flying Z or thought he was going to go for a big flying type move. Here comes No Step Snack, which is the Sliggoo. This thing is annoying. He takes some Stealth Rocks damage, it gets Psychic off. And it's not going to do anything. I can save this thing. And threaten him out potentially with Reaper. I think he just goes for an offensive attack here. He just tries to knock me out. Do I just want to go into Reaper right now and like try to scare him with knockoff? Yeah, I'm gonna save Cerebro because of the Girder as death fodder. Let's go into Reaper here and see what he's gonna do. I don't think he can really do too much to me. He goes for Muddy Water. Okay, so he brings a similar set, it looks like, as last time. And hopefully you don't get an accuracy drop. Okay, good. So I can Mega Evolve here. And I can hit him with really anything. I think Ice Beam is probably my best play. Although he could easily go into his Girder here. I think I want to get Mega Evolved, but I don't want to just allow the Girder to come in. The Girder is such a problem. The Girder is such a problem. But yeah, I think I'm going to Mega Evolve and just Ice Beam. It'll do some damage against the Girder. He's going to switch out. I'm pretty sure he just goes right into Girder here. He's going to go into Casty. I'm assuming that's going to be the Girder. No, he's going to go Swampert, actually. Okay, that's fine. Maybe predicting, you know, a knockoff or something. So we get the Mega Evolution off, which is nice. And I'll be able to hit him with an Ice Beam. It's not going to do much, but it's something. It's something. That did a good amount of damage. I don't think Sucker Punch is going to knock him out, though, from this range, just based on that. I just don't think Sucker Punch is going to do it. Yeah, no chance. So I'm going to go into El Toro, I think. I'm going to make a play into El Toro so I can get some momentum here. I don't think he Ice Punches. I need to be able to hit some pretty powerful hits here with some Horn Leeches and stuff, and you know, he really doesn't have the best switch-ins to El Toro without Rain. So I'm pretty free to, you know, fire off some pretty powerful attacks. So we gotta just get him in, because you know that Pelipper could be Scarfed though. We do have to be very careful of that Pelipper being Scarfed, but it doesn't seem like he has any other Scarf opportunities. So, and once we get some chip damage on Girder, we can one-shot it with Woodhammer with some damage. So we'll see what he goes for here. I don't know if he goes for an Ice Punch here, predicting the switch. If he does, I do have the Horn Leech option still, because I have the Yachi. But let's see what he's going to do. This is a pretty tough play. I don't know what he's going to do. We'll see if he makes that prediction or not. Let's see what the Swampert's going to work with here. Because I feel like Rotom is a pretty obvious switch-in. He goes for Superpower. Okay. So that's fine with me. And now he definitely has to switch out. So, is there any reason why I don't Woodhammer? I don't think so. I don't think there's any reason why I don't just click Woodhammer here. Because something just dies, and I don't think he lets the Swampert just go down. And Woodhammer kills something. The question is it worth me... Like, Tornadus, I don't think lives a Woodhammer at this point. Landorus isn't gonna... Landorus might live it. I think I just go for Woodhammer in case Landorus comes in. Let's go for the Woodhammer. If he wants to let Swampert go down, that's fine. But yeah, that should knock out the Tornadus too. He's gonna switch out. This should get a kill. He's gonna go Sanic, which is his Landorus. I think this will do enough. It's gonna be close because of the Intimidate, but I think it's gonna do enough. Let's find out. After an Intimidate, let's find out. Yes, good. Good job, Bulu. Bulu kills Landorus with Woodhammer. Alright, I'm pretty sure he's gonna go Pelipper here, or he's gonna go Tornadus. He's probably gonna go Pelipper or Tornadus. Alright. So we know Bulu is really our key here. Once we get Bulu comes in and really puts in a lot of work against him. So that's super good. And his Sliggoo's very scared of knockoff. And I think Girder's actually worried of knockoff too. But Bulu getting rid of Landorus is really good. I will take that all day. We got rid of the Lando. Tornadus is weakened. Pelipper's going to take damage. If he goes Pelipper, I fear Scarf, obviously. But Bulu against Pelipper, if I can stop his rain, look at if I'm -1, which is the problem here. So he could easily go Pelipper and be able to live any hit. So if he goes Pelipper, I have to switch out. But he has nothing to take a Toxic, which is nice from Porygon. So we have that as an option. I need to keep Bulu healthy for Girder. Girder's gonna be a problem. Girder is such a problem right now. Because he just poison jabs and knocks us out, so I have to basically be able to wood hammer it. But he's really thinking about this play, so that leads me to believe that his Pelipper's not Scarfed. But he could easily go Tornadus here. But he could also be fearing that I'm Scarfed, I guess. No, he's not that. Okay, he's gonna go to Death Fodder, which is gonna be the Pelipper. Okay. So Pelipper comes in. I can't one-shot it. I do have to fear the potential of him setting up, going for Defog or doing a couple different things. I think it makes sense for me to sack off Cerebro here, if I'm being totally honest. That'll counter the... Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Cerebro here. That's going to counter the potential Defog play, because then I can Stealth Rock. And if he just goes for a U-turn or something, he doesn't gain momentum. So... And now he's at 75% with his Pelipper. And he could be Scarfed too. He could be Scarfed. But now that Rain's up too, that gives me an option to go into my Rotom and click Hydro Pump. And we're going to do a lot of damage with Hydro Pump. So this isn't the worst situation to be in. Because he's going to need to keep this thing, because he needs the rain. So he very well may just U-turn out here. But now I can Hydro Pump with Rotom pretty freely. Because it'll do enough to the Tornadus and Rain. And all Tornadus can do back to me is probably Knockoff. And then he can go Sliggoo and try to rest and be annoying, but I Volt Switch out. And then, Bulu comes in against Sliggoo. And can set up Swords Dance and stuff. So, and Absol obviously scares out Sliggoo too. So let's see what he's going to do. He's really thinking about this play. Now it's possible that I go into Uxie and try to set Stealth Rocks again. And he's faster than me. I don't know. It depends on if he's speed invested or not. But I think this is a safe play. And he does go for the Defog. Okay. So I know he's not Scarfed. I can assume he's probably not Scarfed. Okay. Unfortunately I can't tell who's faster. I'm just gonna Stealth Rock on the hopes that I'm faster. I'm just gonna rock on the hope that I'm faster. Let's see what he's gonna do. I didn't want to be too fast because I was afraid of Ferrothorn, but naturally Cerebro does outspeed Pelipper by a lot. Unless he's like pretty fast. He's gonna switch, so I get my rocks back up, which is nice. He goes into Casty, which is probably the... Okay, it's the Swampert. So I am a little concerned about like a setup Swampert here. I'm definitely a little concerned of that. But he's going to get some health back here. If he's like Substitute or Power Up Punch, that could be annoying. And he's going to have a lot of speed in the rain. So I can't just go Bulu. Well, I mean I can because I have the Yachi. But if he's Power Up Punch right now, that's a problem. I think I just let this dude go down. And I just go for the Psychic right now. I just try to get damage off. He does have Power Up Punch. Okay, that's one thing I was really worried about. That was one thing I was really worried about. And I actually live, which is kind of not a good thing. But it helps me stall out Rain. I get some damage off. This helps me stall out Rain. And he loses his Grassy Terrain. How many turns of Rain left? 2 turns left of Rain. Okay, so this is tricky. I need one extra turn. Yeah, what I'm going to have to do is... He's likely going to Power Up Punch here. I can't risk switching out. I have to just stay in. I'm just gonna go for the Psychic. I think the Power Up Punch is coming again, and it is, but I couldn't risk. I wanted to go Bulu there. He's got one turn of Rain that I have to get rid of here, and he's +2, so something basically dies. So what's the least used member of my team? Probably Reaper. Probably Reaper. Let's think about this. I think Porygon still has some usefulness. I don't really see Reaper doing much in this game. I can't let Rotom go down, and I need Bulu. Absolutely need Bulu. So I think I have to go into Reaper here and just go for, like, you know, Ice Beam or something. Or Sucker Punch, I guess. It doesn't matter, though, because, I mean, I can just Horn Leech. Let's think about this. Like, Bulu can definitely win this game still. What does Hard Drive do for me? Hard Drive does take a hit, though, from the Girder. Although it's Drain Punch. I mean, either way, it's Drain Punch fodder. I'm going to go into Reaper here. I think it was a blessing in disguise that Uxie lived that hit. There wasn't really much I can do about it, but... Alright, so now I can Sucker Punch for damage. Which is what I actually don't want to Sucker Punch for damage. I don't want to do that, because I want Bulu to get more health back with Horn Leech. So I'm just going to Ice Beam and let him knock me out. Yeah, I'll just let him knock me out. Swampert kills Uxie with Power Up Punch. Swampert kills Absol with Power Up Punch. Alright. Right into Bulu. My Bulu should be... I think Rain ended, right? Is Rain ending? It should end. Did Rain not end? Did I miscount Rain? I think I miscounted Rain, dude. Oh, dude, I miscounted Rain. Oh, he was Damp Rock. He was Damp Rock, dude. We just lost. We just lost to Swampert, man. He was Damp Rock. I don't know why, for some reason, I didn't think Damp Rock, dude. Alright, I'll try to stall it out. Props to Wolf, man. I didn't think Damp Rock for some reason. I was thinking 5 turns, and he got these extra couple turns, man, and that's a mistake. He's gonna Waterfall, which is fine. We can definitely take one and try to stall out more turns here. But this is not a good situation to be in. I thought... Oh, man. Okay. Okay. He's got... Yeah, I mean, that's just me, dude. I just choked that, dude. I just choked it. That's really what it comes down to. Okay. I go into... I mean, basically, it's going to come down to I just have Bulu left. I'm just going to have Bulu left. And Bulu's got to beat the world. That's really what it comes down to. So, the game's not over, but it's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to Bulu left against the world. And all he has to do is set Rain again. But we'll give it a shot. I think there's still a way we can win this game. There's still a way. I mean, it's unlikely, but there's still a way. He's going to Waterfall. We need to live this hit somehow. I mean, he's like +5. Yeah, that's not happening. Props to him, man. Yeah, I just butchered that. Swampert kills P2 with Waterfall. Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't think of that as being a thing. I didn't think of that as being a thing, and now I'm not even gonna have my full turns of terrain, which was a mistake. Yeah, that was just... I butchered that, dude. I butchered that. That's alright, man. I mean, hey, I butchered it. What are you gonna do, dude? I mean, I didn't butcher anything, really, because there was nothing I could have done. When he started setting up power punches against me, there was not much I was going to do against him anyway. So I guess it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, it's frustrating, but... Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to El Toro. We're going to click Swords Dance on the hopes that that he switches out here. And yeah. Because he's got a Fear Horn Leech here. So I'm just going to Swords Dance. My way to win this game is we have to get a Swords Dance off, and then we basically have to beat everything. He's going to stand, so he's going to win. So good game to Wolf, man. He's going to sweep us with Swampert and win the semifinals, man. I had to go for that. He knew that was my way to win, and I had to hope for a miss with Hurricane. Which he wouldn't even have to worry about. He could just go into Pelipper and then go into Tornadus and hit the Hurricane. So there was no way for me to win this game at this point in time. So just props to him, man. Dude, I really kind of butchered that at the end, but Swampert is just so powerful in the rain, and I just didn't have enough to handle it. The power-up punch, I knew that was a thing that could be coming, but in my head, I'm thinking 5 turns of rain, and that wasn't going to be the case. So we just get swept by, you know, Swampert in the rain, man. Props to Wolf. I'll take it. You know what I mean? It was an awesome season, guys. I will be doing a recap video, but go show some love to Wolf. Yeah, that was not the way I wanted for that match to go by any stretch of the imagination. But that's Pokemon for you, man. So, you know, it is what it is. I can't be ashamed. I can't be ashamed of that. I'm really not. So props to Wolf. Good win on his part. Mega Swampert in the rain is no joke. And for some reason, Damp Rock wasn't on the top of my head. But again, I don't even think it would have mattered. Even if I thought Damp Rock and I thought 8 turns of rain, I don't think it was going to matter, because once the Uxie lived and he got the second power-up punch, nothing on my team was living power-up punch from Swampert. So there was just nothing left. I didn't have anything to outspeed it. I didn't have, you know, I mean, I would have had to go, the play I would have had to make is I should have went Bulu right away on the power-up punch. Because I could have potentially lived a +1 and I could have stopped the sweep there, but even so, I think it would have been inevitable. I think that the sweep would have happened. I don't know how else with the team I have I would have stopped Swampert. Just looking at my roster, I just don't have the stuff on my team. I mean, I would have needed to carry Energy Ball and Uxie, which I had a different kind of strategy. He actually just messaged me and said sorry about Uxie surviving. That was rough. And yeah, that was like, you know, if Uxie doesn't survive and he's +1, then Tapu Bulu may come in and be able to kind of make it happen, but it did survive, and like I said, it was with him having Damp Rock, it turned out to be a curse more than a blessing. But that's Pokemon for you, man. Like I said, it's all good, dude. No shame there. Props to Wolf. We'll see if he can win the championship in WBE. That's gonna be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Thanks so much for checking out my last video. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one, and be sure to subscribe for more as I post Pokemon videos every single day.